Hey guys, welcome back to another Spooky Friday video. If you're new here, my name's Haley and welcome to my channel. I originally had an awesome video planned for you guys, but something really freaky happened and has been happening over the last couple of weeks, and something particularly just freaky happened when I sat down to research and film this video. So I've decided to take today's video in a little bit of a different direction and just sort of address and update you guys on a couple of things that have been happening to me and my brother as well in like the paranormal sense. If you guys are interested in hearing all about that, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so something really spooky happened today, and something pretty concerning has been happening over the last couple of weeks in sort of my room, my brother's room, just sort of like the downstairs area of our house. And I'm not 100% sure what is going on, but something definitely is either visiting us or just sort of hanging around. So basically, for the last couple of weeks, I have been really not sleeping well. I've felt a lot of energy in my bedroom that doesn't necessarily scare me. It's just sort of like, I feel like I'm being watched and I keep tossing and turning and looking over my shoulder. Would you agree that that's kind of how you're feeling too? Yeah, my brother's in the room. He just doesn't want to be on camera, but I'll try and get him to share his side as much as I can. So that's basically how I've been feeling. I always see shadows in my room at night all the time, and part of it is definitely my eyes playing tricks on me, but definitely I do see figures and stuff like that. I like to think that it's just like my family members that have passed on that are just sort of stopping in to say hi, because there is no entity that like sort of resides in our home. This is like a totally spirit-free zone, with the exception of those that come and go to just check in on us. So I'm fairly certain that those figures that I see and sort of the shadows that I see out of the corner of my eye and straight on as well in the middle of the night are just our family members that have passed on, but it can be unsettling. So that's definitely been happening over the past couple of weeks, like I've said. And did you hear that click? Yeah. Only happens when I film videos like this. Yeah. I know. Yeah. So that's essentially what? I know. Isn't it weird? It's like right there. You know what? Okay, so I'm filming in my room right now, and I asked my brother to be in here because of the creepy thing that happened, but I guess now is a good time to jump in and tell you what happened. So all the big electronics in my room are just making clicking and popping noises. So anyways, I actually just realized this, but I keep my uncle's ashes on the windowsill, and it's directly beside my bed. And I often feel like an energy around that area. And my brother actually, I guess you felt an energy right there because you looked over, and then we heard like a popping noise. And yeah, so just near that area. And I guess that's, you know, I forget often that I have my uncle's ashes in here, so maybe that's what it is. But I do have a TV that's right up on this wall over there, and it's at like the foot of my bed. And that TV makes really weird noises in the middle of the night, like popping noises and clicking noises, and definitely been hearing noises like that for the past, well, actually, yeah, for a while I've been hearing that ever since I put that TV up there, kind of just, and that could honestly just be the TV just making noise, but it often happens like during the middle of the night between like 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. It often happens when I'm researching a video for my Spooky Friday videos, and it often happens when I sit down to film these videos. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on there, but something is. as I was researching, I was going to be doing a video on sort of the different types of spirits that exist in the world, and they can be categorized into different things based on, you know, how they passed, how they, you know, what they do and sort of how they act in their dimension, and how they interact with us as humans. There's many different types of spirits, so, and that fascinates me quite a bit, and I wanted to sort of dive into that. So I was doing some research today, and all of a sudden I felt a huge pressure on my chest, and my arms and particularly my hands felt really heavy and tingly. And there was sort of this energy that just sort of like pressed down on me, and the air in my bedroom became really thick and just sort of heavy, yeah. And I often find when I'm experiencing something paranormal or something like that, that I feel heavy. So that happened, and as I started to feel this energy, my TV, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure if it was the TV or what it was, but over in the corner of my bedroom over there by my TV, there was a big loud banging noise, and my brother was actually asleep in his bedroom next, like on the other side of the wall next door to me, and my dogs were both like upstairs sleeping because it was pretty early in the morning, and my mom and dad were both gone to work. So there's really no explanation for that noise. It didn't come from upstairs, so I know that it wasn't my dogs, and it obviously wasn't my brother because it came from inside my room, but it just left me with a really unsettling feeling. So immediately I closed out of my browser, and I just said, okay, I need to leave this room for a minute, and I walked out of the room, and I knocked on my brother's bedroom door, and I said, did you hear that banging noise? And he said, no, I didn't, but he was asleep. And I said, you didn't hear it, did you? No. And I said, okay, well, can you come in my room and just sort of feel if you can sense any weird vibes, so something maybe is off? And he did. And what did you feel when you came in here?
I don't know, I just felt like a weird energy. Or was it just that feeling when you just know something's off about a room?
Yeah, and that's basically exactly what I felt too. And the thing that disturbs me is that I'm not 100% sure. My light just clicked. Did you hear my light just click? Yeah. Is that I'm not 100% sure, but I wasn't 100% sure if it was, all my big electronics are just popping. Actually, I feel a lot of clarity filming this video, because I was just gonna say I wasn't sure if it was something bad and negative, or if it was something positive. And that's what's unsettling, because if it's something negative, like, I'm going to ask it to leave, and I know that being like a spiritual being and just having spiritual energy about me, that I can, you know, cast something away, I can ask something to leave and not be in my space, and I just, you know, harness enough power from my being to ask it to leave. Which sounds really insane, but it's not. It's 100% just the way it is. We are all energy, and we're all made of energy, and we're all spiritual beings. But anyway, so I know if it's something negative, I can just ask it to leave, and it will leave, and it's as simple as that. But the fact that I don't know whether it's positive or negative, that is unsettling to me, because if it's something positive, then I don't mind it being here, but if it is something negative, then it needs to go. And if I don't know, like, I don't want to ask, like, if, for example, if it's like one of my family members, I don't want to cast them away in a disrespectful way if it's, you know, if it's them, right? But now that I've sort of experienced all that, all those noises, I don't know if the cameras picked them up at all, but yeah, the energy seems to have settled down a little bit in this room right now. But, you know, when I was experiencing those clicking and popping noises, I definitely felt like tingles in my arms and pressure on my chest and things like that. But did you feel the same? Yeah, when that happens, yeah, that's just sensing energy. But anyways, yeah, I sort of feel like a sense of clarity, and I kind of feel like maybe it's just maybe it's just our family members checking in on us. And so that's sort of, yeah, maybe that's what it is, because I feel a little bit lighter about it. After Keenan came out of the room and sort of said that he felt the same sort of energy that I did, we just talked about sort of what we both have been experiencing over the past couple of weeks, just at night in our bedrooms. And I asked him if he'd been experiencing anything strange in the middle of the night, because I certainly was, and he said yes, he has for the last couple of weeks, which is good because I feel like I'm not alone, and that it's, you know, I know I'm not crazy, because I'm a firm believer in these things, but it's nice to know that someone else is experiencing it too, and sort of experiencing those same vibes that I am. But at the same time, it's also a little bit unsettling, because it's kind of like, okay, you have to acknowledge that something is there. So I sort of asked Keenan what he'd been experiencing, and he said that he does experience a lot of tapping on his patio doors in his room, because he does have 2 big glass sliding doors that go out into our backyard. And he says that he experiences a lot of tapping on the windows, like someone standing outside tapping on the window, which, I mean, as someone who is obsessed with true crime, that freaks me out. For some reason, if it was like a spirit doing it, that freaks me out less, which is really weird, but anyways, that's sort of the way it is. And he also said that he just sort of is tossing and turning in the middle of the night, and just sort of like wanting to look over his shoulder to see if anything's there. I've experienced a type of entity where I am afraid to look, maybe an angry spirit or something like that. At my boyfriend's house, I've experienced that, where I have to hide under the blankets, and I'm absolutely terrified. If you guys have seen my paranormal experiences in my boyfriend's house video, awesome. If you haven't, then I will link it down below for you guys. Please go check that out. Lots of crazy stuff happens there. And I've experienced this like horrible feeling where I know something's there, and if I pull back the covers, I know I'm gonna see something that I don't want to see, or experience something I don't want to experience. So I'm just basically trembling in fear under the blankets for like sometimes an hour at a time in the middle of the night at his house, which is awful. Yeah, I don't like that. But with whatever is visiting us right now, I sort of feel the need to, I'm constantly flicking on my light to see if anything's there, constantly looking over by my closet or by my TV at the foot of my bed to see if anything's there. I have seen a few shadows sort of over by my closet area. I often see them like right here. I feel like it's not a negative thing, I guess, because I'm wanting to look to see if something's there, and I feel like if it was negative, then I would be too afraid, if that makes sense, because things that are positive, that are of light and love or of God, they don't want to scare you, but things that are sort of more negative, they do want to scare you. So I guess I wouldn't want to look if it was something that was negative. I guess I just sort of wanted to make this video to give you guys an update on sort of what's been happening over the last couple of weeks, but also I guess just to talk through my thoughts and sort of process what's happening, because I've sort of been shoving it away and trying not to think about it. But I guess the best thing to do in these situations is just to acknowledge it, and if it's negative, ask it to leave, and if it's positive, then just sort of let it, you know, hang out with you and be in your space. Of course, you can always ask anything to leave that you don't want to be in your space, positive or negative, so just keep that in mind. But anyways, yeah, that's essentially what's been happening, and yeah. So I'm sorry that you guys don't get a what types of spirits there are video, but I will definitely try my best to get that filmed and researched for you guys over the next like month or so. Well, I guess I'm feeling super exhausted energetically and spiritually, so I need to do a recharge and not talk about this kind of stuff for probably the rest of the day. So I am going to end this video here. If you guys have any thoughts or ideas about what possibly is going on here, although I think I've figured it out, if you guys have any different opinions or you agree with me, please leave them in the comments down below, just because I want to sort of get a discussion going. Feel free to reply to each other's comments and just sort of get a discussion going in the comments below about any experiences. Please leave your experiences in the comments down below if you have experienced anything, and I would love to read about what you guys have experienced, positive or negative. And yeah, with that being said, stay positive, stay safe, stay surrounded in the white light, and I will see you guys in my next video.